So hello everybody, welcome aboard here. I'm doing something a little different this time because normally when I'm doing a live reaction to something, I usually bring out my review camera that I use for videos and all that sort of thing. Instead, I'm kind of go all like Angry Joe here. I'm using my webcam on top of the monitor that I use for live streams. Because I figure, why not? It's better than nothing. I did adjust the lighting a bit here, so my face is not bleached out, making it look like the sun's reflecting on my face. And I'm currently broadcasting this live on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Somecallmejohnny. You guys, you can't see them obviously because you just see me footage here, and it probably won't matter much to you because you're watching this on YouTube most likely. But I figured I do the best of both worlds. I get a reaction video done, but I also get input from my live audience here. And the subject for today, because this has been a long time coming in some regard. I've been asked, what do I think about the upcoming live-action Sonic the Hedgehog movie? And I've always refrained from doing some sort of video on it until today because I wanted to see some sort of teaser first, either through maybe a 10-second trailer, or maybe we finally see some sort of promotional material. You know, because until now we just got like who's directing the movie, who's producing the movie, who's cast for the movie. You know, Jim Carrey as Eggman being one of them. I mean, I wanted to do a video on that, but you know, I wanted to see something resembling some piece of the movie in some regard, and our answer was finally given to us this morning in the form of the Sonic the Hedgehog movie poster from the producer of the Fast and Furious, because I get they couldn't resist because I figured, you know, the Sonic is fast and he's furious. But this poster's got a lot of people furious, that's for sure. And I figured, okay, now that we finally got some sort of official poster, promotional material, what have you, now we can jump right in. And I just want to, I want to start off with a few things. One, I know at the end of the day, this movie, I don't know what exactly it's rated, because I've been hearing like it's been rated PG, PG-13, G-rated. I don't really know. It's a Sonic the Hedgehog movie, and Sonic's primary demographic is and always will be kids, tweeners at the latest. And I'm a 31-year-old getting ready to talk about the poster of a movie that is primarily meant for kids. Rated S, R13, Sonic rated R. I love the responses. Thank you very much. So there's that, and I know that my voice and opinion won't really mean much because this is Paramount is probably not advertising this movie to my age group, and that's fine. Whatever. I'm not against the idea of a live-action Sonic the Hedgehog movie. A lot of people are just kind of expecting it to be a train wreck. Me, I always hope a movie is good. I have no reason to really hate on a film just for existing in the first place. Live action does kind of make me a little skeevy on the, like, why don't you just make it like, you know, do what they're doing for Mario, which is, I think Illumination is animated in that. Why not just do the same for Sonic? To make it live action makes me think like you're just kind of adapting something from Sonic X, and as a not the biggest fan of Sonic X, I was already sort of skeptical, but again, give the film the benefit of the doubt. And and for the record, this video is not so much a video about discussing the idea of a live action Sonic movie. It's more about the poster that was revealed to us today. And well, let me shift the camera here, because this is it right here. If you haven't seen it, you see it now, and I make no apologies. And I don't know where I'd like to begin, because artistically, this hits so many sour spots for me. Just as a fan of Sonic the Hedgehog, and just as a fan of cartoonish designs in general, and so many things just pop into my head at once. Like, Sonic Man's finally got work. Sonic got those shoes from the closest Payless. This is not a good design. I have to just say that outright. This is not a good you know, I understand that when adapting something, they're just that, an adaptation. They're not always going to be one-to-one what we have conceptually, but this doesn't look like they were even trying. As I said on my Twitter earlier this morning, the overall anatomy and silhouette of this pose makes it feel like the spines, Sonic's iconic spines, were a last-minute addition to really nail in the fact that this thing, what we're looking at here, is supposed to be Sonic the Hedgehog. And I have to say, if you have to just rely on the iconic spines to exemplify that, you failed in designing this thing. I'm sorry to say. Now, the realistic fur textures, I was kind of expecting that. You know, I think it works in Detective Pikachu. I think it'll work just fine here. You know, people were quick to bring up the what's the name of that damn movie? The live action movie made by Blue Core, I think it was, or some other shit. I forgot the guy's name. Honestly, I haven't really thought about that movie since I saw it like years ago. But the shoes, again, looks like they got it from a Modell's or Payless. I can't tell from the lighting of this pose that if Sonic has gloves or not. I would like to think he does because, you know, maybe he's just wearing really thin surgical gloves, but it looks like he's not rocking any gloves at all. But what bothers me the most, besides the Ken Penders-esque legs and just anatomy in general, is right below the ear. That's supposed to be a bulging eyebrow, I'd imagine. And then slightly below that is his nose. What the fuck is that right above the nose? Is that his eye? Like, is that supposed to be an eyeball? Because, I mean, if we want to be super technical, you know, the adventure games, the eyebrows were loaded on a separate layer. And they did pop out of his eye socket a bit. So maybe it's just them being true to the source material. I severely doubt that. And it looks disgusting. I'm sorry, it looks so disgusting. His eye is sticking out so far. And I believe Andy from A Plus Start superimposed a realistic Hedgehog face on top of the silhouette, and it surprisingly fit with the design. It made me think, oh my god, are they actually going to give Sonic a realistic Hedgehog face? Because holy shit, I mean, that is... I mean, it might be because according to the article you can find on IGN, they didn't want to bring in Sonic's single eyeball because it wouldn't jive realistically with the live action setting. And dude, a super fast blue hedgehog is not realistic to start. What is this compromising bullshit to make Sonic fit in the real world that you can't give him a singular eyeball and you have to give him two eyes? Not just two eyes, but are you gonna give him a realistic hedgehog face? There's a part of me that thinks that this is all some sort of elaborate prank just to see what the initial reaction is, because, you know, a teaser, this kind of image, I feel can be cooked up in less than an hour. You know, with the proper team, you can make something like this in less than an hour, fucking less than 10 minutes, because people have made fixes to this in less time. And maybe they're just gauging opinion to see what people will think about this, because I gotta say, I've never seen the Sonic fanbase so united against a single design. And this is the people that give Sonic shit for having green eyes, you know, lanky legs, noodle limbs all together. Maybe it's a joke. But I got a feeling it's not, because the Sonic Twitter, you know, teased this kind of reveal yesterday. Paramount revealed it. I think that's about it. It just doesn't work. This design doesn't work. People say Sonic Man. People say it's someone cosplaying as Sonic. Either way, not Sonic. I don't get cartoon out of this. I get someone dressing as Sonic. Hey, the guy's fit as hell. I mean, look at those legs. I wish I had legs like that. But it just doesn't jive well with what's been established earlier. It's not a good adaptation from the classic design or modern design. Fuck, Boom Sonic looks better than this. Obviously, I mean, this is also my problem, given that, I don't want the movie to be bad or anything like that. I am now very, very interested and where they go from here for the wrong reasons now. Like, there's no hype for this anymore. Now it's just, how bright is this fire gonna burn? And will it be a glorious train wreck, or will it fizzle out like anticlimactically and leave us all disappointed in that regard? This image alone has done wonders for getting people to talk about it, which might be the point, but it also gave people little reason to look forward to what else they have in store. I mean, if this is Sonic, I mean, what the hell is Tails gonna look like? If Tails is even in the film, or Knuckles, Eggman, what are they gonna do with Jim Carrey? Like, are they just gonna put him in the Grinch outfit and give him like a Eggman mustache? Mr. Needle Mouse looks better than this. You're absolutely right, Dylan. I have no idea what they're gonna do. from this point on, but this doesn't work. It just does not work. This is a poor rendition of the Blue Blur because, I mean, really, just look at it. Mike, you're wishful. You want to be positive. I believe they put up the vague character poster to see what audiences think, and now that everyone rejected it, maybe they'll change the design. Then again, based on what the producer said, that seems unlikely. Yeah, it should be said that even Sega is hesitant on this design. I don't think the implication was that Sega 100% hated it, but they were against some aspects of the idea. I think the big thing was the single eye. The fact that they gave Sonic 2 eyes, or whatever the hell that thing is in the silhouette. But come on, man. I understand you got to make sacrifices, but if the creators of the goddamn thing don't jive with what you got, maybe you should go through another rewrite, or in this case, another resketch, because that should be foreboding as hell. Progressive did a better job putting Sonic in live action. Yeah, I've seen that before. Not digging the muscular build, says Mama Luigi. Yeah, it's... Again, this is them trying to cater to a more realistic setting. If someone was as fast as Sonic the Hedgehog, he probably would have built legs. But again, it's also a blue, super fast hedgehog. Realism is out the window minute one. I'm sorry. Mr. Domano, that we said? I'm not mad. I'm not even really disappointed. It's honestly a little better than I expected. Again, I didn't have much expectations for this sort of thing, but... And I'm not even angry. It's just I'm more confused in how they thought this was passable. Again, it's the hands, it's the anatomy, and that fucking eye. It's the eye. Like, you should not see an eyeball in a silhouette. It's gross. It's just gross. Broken Control says, I think it's the eyelid. If it's an eyelid, then man, he's got some really sunken eyes, dude. Like, this guy is like some sort of like Jim Henson Muppet creature. He's got like Yoda eyes or ET eyes, and that is horrifying just thinking about that. Mick Manners, I will laugh my ass off if the Illumination Mario designs will look better than this. I got a feeling Nintendo is way fucking more stingy with Mario than Sega is with Sonic, because you know Mario at the very least has the Super Mario Brothers live action movie from the 90s. To act as a basis for what you should not do with Mario. And I think Nintendo is super protective of their property to not have Mario get this sort of treatment. I got a feeling that the Mario movie is going to look like the Nintendo games. Yeah, they don't want another Bob Hoskins on their hands. Speaking of Bob Hoskins, I mean, why not make this movie like a Who Framed Roger Rabbit? You know what I mean? Like, just have Sonic in the real world, but it's, you know, one-to-one his modern design or Genesis design, whatever works. You know what I mean? You know, why try to forcibly make Sonic fit into the real world? Woo! I am very interested to see where a trailer is going to look like for this one, because it's I'm through with the Pender's body, just the anatomy in general, and those fucking eyes. Like, I have to see the face. Like, I think that's the most important thing right now. Like, forget the movie itself. I have to see this design with proper lighting. I gotta see what his face looks like, because if it's exactly what I'm thinking it looks like, holy shit. Like, oh God. You know, I am now too distracted by that to think about anything else. I don't give a fuck about Paul Rudd or Jim Carrey or whatever the movie's about. At all. It's just, I am now so distracted being the key word, by Sonic's finalized design. Or maybe, again, maybe this is all a joke and they're pulling our leg just to get our initial reaction. Because this movie's not due until November or December of next year. It's a holiday release for next year, and I'm thinking that depending on how much they got done, because I think the film's in post-production now, they got time to rework the face. Or maybe it's not a joke. They see this negative reception and then delay the film by a couple of months to just entirely rework the CG. At least the face. You know what I mean? Because I got a feeling the body is here to stay. But that face, man, I dread to see what that damn. Now, I don't want to cancel outright trash, man, because again, I'm not against the idea of a Sonic the Hedgehog movie, live action or otherwise. But that doesn't mean I'm just going to lay on my ass and just, accept what's given to me. You gotta critique this shit, because what they're giving to us right now doesn't cut it for me. I don't like it. I flat out just don't like it, and I would hope they improve it, to my specifications. And that's selfish of me to say, but I'm also just one guy, so who the fuck am I? And well, I don't want to harp on this for too long. I think I said what I wanted to say 15 times over, and you guys have had plenty to say yourself in the chat. So we're gonna cut it off here, because I do want to get the Shantae session started within the next hour or so. And maybe I'll do another reaction when we get our first teaser, when we get our first trailer. But this is not a good first impression. Gotta say, it's not a good first impression for something that I already didn't have much expectation to start with. That said, though, thank you for tuning in, listening to me. I will catch you guys with the next review. It'll be Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Getting the footage for that right now. Hopefully have it done by the end of the week. Have a good night, everybody. Take care.